Hello KG2! For your art today, we are going to make these butterflies. So are you excited to make these beautiful butterflies? So get all your art supplies ready and I'm going to show how you can make these. Let's go! Okay, so for this art, you will need a white sheet of paper, a black sheet of construction paper, a small black construction paper, glue, your scissors, a marker or a pencil, and your favorite colors of paints. Okay, so let's start. You can go and grab all these materials and pause the video and then we will start. So first, we are going to use our piece of paper. You have your A4 piece of paper. Make sure it is white because if it is any other color, the paint will not show on it. So you'll take your paper and you have to fold it. And when you're folding, make sure you match the edges. It should not be like this or like this. It should be exactly on top of each other. So you check this corner and then the other corner and then press down. So you have to fold it into half, just like this. Okay? There should be a line in the center. So after you fold your paper, it'll look like a card, right? Next step, this is very easy. Next step, we are just going to use one side, okay? One half of the paper. We're not going to use this side. Next step, you will grab your paints, and these are acrylic paints. So they come in a tube and you will make tiny dots. And make sure, I told you we're going to use only this side, right? So you'll make tiny dots with your paints. So this is what you're going to do. First, you'll fold the paper, okay? After you fold the paper, you will only use one half of the paper. Now here's the trick. You will fold the paper on top of this, okay? And you will press it down. And when you press it down, make sure you spread all the paint. You'll spread all the paint with your finger. You can see the paint is spreading. So you can go like this, okay? Or you can go this way. Make sure the paint is spreading. This will give us our design. Make sure it's spreading nicely and it doesn't, if it goes out of the paper, don't worry, you can clean it up later, but try not to. Okay, now are you ready for the magic? Let's open it. Be careful. Uh-oh, I think some of my paper is stuck, but that's okay. This can get a little messy, so make sure you have tissues around. There you go. Wow, isn't that amazing? So this is the design I got with all my paints. Wow, that's lovely. So you can choose your favorite colors and you can do dots anywhere, and when you close it, after you press it and open it, this is what you'll get. Isn't that lovely? Now you have to set this aside to dry before we make our butterfly. So let it dry for some time, and after it's all dry, we will move on to the next step. All right. Okay, so now we are going to do another one with watercolors, because I know not everybody has those tube acrylic colors, but I'm sure everyone has watercolors, so we will do one with that. So these are my colors. I chose 5 colors and I have 5 brushes for each color. Okay, so we are going to follow the same steps but with watercolors. Okay, now since we are using watercolors, I have put plastic because I don't want the table to get messed up. So we're going to follow the same step just like we did earlier. Fold the paper into half like a card and then open it up, and we will use only one side. Watercolors don't press a lot, and then open it immediately. There you go. Now you see the result is not the same. With the acrylic, it's much more better because the watercolors, they spread. But it's okay, if you don't have acrylic colors, you can use watercolors also. If there is some extra water, just wipe it down like that. But you can see the design. On this side it's much more darker and here it's lighter. If you want, you can go ahead and add a little bit of paint like that. What you get. I feel this is much more better. So now let this dry. Okay, so now I have my papers all dried up. You can see the difference. This one is acrylic and this is watercolor. I like this one because it's more brighter. This is more fade, but it's okay. You can use whatever paints you have. Maybe yours will turn out better than mine. Now the next step is you'll need your scissor and a marker or a pencil. I'm using a marker. So we will start making our butterfly. So remember, we folded our painting, so you have to fold it again, right? You already have the fold, so it will be easier now. And then this time we'll start with this one first. Now we will take our marker, and I'm sure you all know how to write the number 3, right? So you have to make a big number 3 on this side. Make sure it's folded, okay? And I don't want a small 3. No, you want a big butterfly, right? You want all your beautiful colors to come in it, right? So you'll start from here. Watch carefully. And you make a big number 3. So I'm covering all the edges till the edge. Like this. And like this. You can try with the pencil if you're not so sure, and if it's not that big, you can erase and make it a big one. So you can see it looks like a big number 3. So make sure it's like this. We'll go ahead and do the same thing on the other one. So let's do that again. Make a big number 3 like this and like this. Okay, now you will take your scissor and you will cut both the papers. There. Okay, so now you have cut this. So these are the wings of the butterfly. Are you ready to open and see it? There! Isn't that lovely? So it looks like a butterfly. And then we have the other one. Wow! Now you can leave it like this, okay? Or you can make some designs. It can be anything. Maybe you can make tiny circles like this, okay? If you have ever seen a butterfly, some of them have spots like these. They have tiny spots. So you can do that with a marker or your crayon. I think with the marker it would show more clearly. Or you can leave it like this. But since this one is not that bright, so I'm just making some designs on it. You can make any design, okay? It doesn't have to be circles. You can draw lines, or you can draw some loops. It can be anything. Be creative. Use your imagination. There. So we have 1 and we have 2. Now we have to make the body of the butterfly. I'm not going to draw any design on this. If you don't want to draw any design, it's okay. You can leave it like that also. So now let's go move on to the next step. The next step, you will take your black construction paper. Now I have 2 because we have 2 butterflies here. You just have to make 1, okay? So you'll do the same thing. You'll fold it, okay? And just like you drew the number 3, now take your butterfly first. See how big it is. And you will do the same thing, just like you do 3, but this time you'll just make 1 small circle. I'm not sure if you can see this, but it's like this. And then 1 big one, like this. It should be the same size over here. The same size. Okay, so you will do that like this. I'm gonna press it more harder so you can see. Here it should look like this. 1, 2, and make sure it's the same size. So you will go ahead and do the same thing, and then you will take your scissor and cut that part, okay? So now when you open it, it looks something like this. So this is going to go right here in the middle. See? So that's the butterfly's body. So you will take your glue and stick it right here in between. Okay, so get your glue and paste these 2. Okay, fold it. Now I feel like something is missing. Can you tell me what's missing? Yes, that's right. The butterfly has 2 little antennas. Now you can use the same piece of construction paper. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut 2 strips just like this, like that. There, I have 2. So after you stick these 2 antennas, you can go ahead and roll them like this. I will show you how. Just take the tip, okay, and then just roll it. Not all the way, just a little bit. There. And then the other one, just take the tip, and that's how you roll it. There. So here we have our 2 little butterflies. So I hope you enjoyed making these beautiful butterflies. You don't have to make 2, you just have to make 1, and use your favorite colors and make it very colorful. And make sure you write your name at the back, which is very important. After you finish, write your name at the back, okay? Goodbye. Bye-bye.